You are officially in the incinerator. Welcome to Midnight Madness. This is an impromptu program. Shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. This is Midnight Madness. I just decided I rolled over and got up and said, "Hey, I'm up. Let me do Midnight Madness tonight." Shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. Definitely, I'm gonna do like always and give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. I know this is an impromptu live. You guys and girls really inspire me to just do more lives. I don't know why. So, earlier we did a live stream tonight at 8 o'clock. Justified Force. Go and check that out. We got over 800 wonderful pieces of information here at the Alert Zone TV. Consider putting us on your playlist. Binge watch this channel. Take the information from it. Sometimes it may be uncomfortable subjects, but it's always about the Second Amendment. Take the nutrition from it. Take your feelings out of it. Like I said, we'll give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. YouTube has been around long enough, but we still like to ask people to make sure you sub to the channel. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you hit the likes button. Comment if you like. Always, if you don't mind dropping where you coming from or where you watching from, we would love that, especially if you're outside of America. And share. Bring people on that you think need to hear what we talk about here. As you guys can see, I got my little Fusion Firearms XP Pro, what they call this shit, for your mouse, for the wireless mouses and stuff for the computers. So give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. All right, was the Aaron Benitez? Howdy, long week after 80 hours of driving. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to you, Aaron. Tooting the horn to all the truck drivers out there. Whether you up running overnight, whether you have a dedicated run, whether you run wild, whatever you're doing, please do your best to be safe out there. The summer is coming to an end here pretty soon, and it's gonna be wintertime. Definitely. So, also, if you have products, if you're an up and coming product company, and you would love for us to, is this Beetlejuice? If overnight Swift Walmart dedicated account, okay. Yeah, Swift was the first company I started out with. I started out with Swift. As a matter of fact, it was actually MS Carriers. I came on the end of MS Carriers as it was transitioning over. So it technically I got hired under MS Carriers, but I started under Swift. Definitely. However, yeah, man, I'm glad that you're safe. And I was saying, if you are have any new products, if you're an up and coming business, you want to advertise here, product review, hit me, let me know. I'll figure out how to post the, if you can go to my community tab, there's a picture of me and it's in the caption up there. That's another thing. When you see posts of me from this channel, my community tab, make sure you read the caption. A lot of people see the guns or the pictures and just hit the thumbs up. Read the caption because sometimes it have important stuff there. That's how you know when we have a pre-planned program here. I usually post it on the community tab. I'm working on trying to change some other things. My email is in one of those posts from this weekend, so definitely check that out. Hit me up, whether it's clothing brand, if you got any kind of firearm accessories or what have you, just about anything. Let us know. We'll review it on the channel. If you want to advertise, like I said, just hit me in a, let me know. Hopefully no hurricane hits down here in Florida this year. Okay. Oh, you down in Florida. Oh yeah, shout out to you. I was just looking at something about them homes, the market being saturated. You know, I've been all over Florida and I can understand why. Cape Coral, okay. I should get a P365. Yeah, yeah. I've been down through Cape Coral and everything. All right, so let's go ahead on with the 5 minute mark. Well, I'm carrying my echelon. I can't show you because I'm live, and YouTube got these weird rules about showing firearms when you do a live stream. Um, just too bad, because if not, I would show y'all. But I'm carrying currently the echelon is my EDC. That's why we're doing gun talk tonight. Bro got illegal firearms. But yeah, like I was saying, I got 15 people in here. I need to get them likes up. We should be at 15 likes. Unless some of this is just trolling or bots or what have you. But make sure you hit the like button as you come in. But I just wanted to do gun talk for about 30 minutes tonight. So I'm currently carrying an echelon. It's sitting right here next to me. Um, Once in a while, if I know I'm gonna be gone maybe 5 minutes, I'll grab my PK 380 or something like that, or have something maybe compact when I'm out cutting the grass. 38 special or 40. 40 is my home defense. Although with mine, I think I need to change out the firing pin. I might go ahead on an upgrade and just carry a Glock 43. I answer that in a minute. Um, I might go ahead on. I'm gonna upgrade the firing pin in my 40 cal and what have you, and then rerun it. I might just get something a little bit more in the next tier up, but that's usually my home defense. Now, the 38 special, I do carry my 38 from time to time. I like it a little bit better in that 380 form, but yeah, I do carry my 38 special from time to time. Now, Glock 43. I'm not a part of the Glock fan people. Uh, to be honest, maybe the 17. I'm gonna buy me a 17 MOS and all that other stuff. Um, I don't desire to have a bunch of Glocks. I'm gonna be honest. That'll probably be like a last resort gun for me, or like if something really go bad, just because I know I can find Glock mags anywhere. If we ever turn it into Mad Max. Actually, the reason I carry full size is so for people that's new and don't know. Let me see if you guys and girls can see this scar here. I got a plate there, and across my forearm I got another plate. And I got 13 screws in my arm. So I do have damage here. I can feel it. Uh, so full size firearms just seem to work better for me, especially from a 9 millimeter on up. A 380 is not that problem. From the military? No, I'm not from the military. Yeah. So you right about the 38. What's going on, Dr. T? We got a celebrity in the house. Uh yeah, the 38 special hit harder, almost like a 357. Yeah, I know what you mean. Um I just don't carry it as much after the damage after I had that accident with my arm. Um I carry it from time to time, and so much. It's not so much because of the capacity, because I can shoot it. I can put rounds on target when I need to. I just don't carry it as much, but I do carry it from time to time. Now I don't carry my 357 because it's a snub nose. I'll tell you guys a story. So I bought a 357. It was a bet that I made and I lost. So because I lost the bet, I had to buy uh, a 38 and a 357, which was already on the list. And I wound up getting snub noses. And not too long after that, I bought those two. I tore my arm up. And I had to shoot the 357 snub nose. My plan is to get me a 357 6-inch barrel because I shot one since I hurt my arm with Dan Wesson. Man, it was like almost shooting a 22, man. It was so comfortable. Now, yeah, you're supposed to carry them things 24/7, man. You're supposed to carry them things 24/7. It can pop off at any time. But I was saying, I want to get me a 357 Magnum long barrel, 6-inch. I had saw something I think from a company called Ronin or something like that. I don't even think they exist no more. There was a guy, he wouldn't sell it to me at the time. He had a 357 Magnum on a 1911 framing. He let me shoot it. I definitely would carry that. Like I said, I carry a full-size firearm. Anything from a 9mm on up, I prefer full-size. Just because I can handle full-size a whole lot better. It's a whole lot easier and smoother shot for me. And as I explained to everybody, when I'm carrying, I always think about the public. I don't ever want to shoot an innocent person. I always want to make sure that I can be on target. I just feel more comfortable with full-size firearms than I do with a 3.5-inch barrel. I like the 4.5, 4.25, 4.5, 5-inch barrels. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I usually carry me a knife, Dynasty. Yeah, Winchesters, shout out to them. For everybody who don't know, Winchester is my, hold on, I'll show you guys. Hold on 1 second. Because we might have people that's new to firearms. These my Winchesters right here. This is my 22 long rifle Winchester. The 555 round box. I got those. I got these right here before the pandemic hit. We was getting these before the pandemic for $16, $17 a box. Now you can get the 500 rounds for $39. And these are the 36 grain hollow points. 1,280 feet per second, 1,200 feet per second. So, definitely, I love Winchester. You know what? I have some Aguilas in there. This is my main brand, but I have Aguila. I have Aguila and I have a Armcore. I can tell you as far as ammunition go, probably my worst ammunition I've ever bought was the round nose Remington. That round nose Remington, the 22 long rifle, man, that's the worst ammunition I've ever bought in my life. It's very uncomfortable. Every time I shoot it, it's like I feel a blowback. And one day I thought like the bullet had fragmented and hit me in the face. And I had somebody out shooting with me and it was the same thing. Yeah, 22 long rifle, you gotta have one of those. Yeah, well, you know what? When it comes to 22 long rifle, the round is cheap. So most of the time, it's the actual round and not the gun. It's a very dirty round. I say this. If you have a 22 long rifle, when you get it brand new, get you a box like this. And take it out there, oil it up real good, and just run it. Yeah, just run it. Just run it and break your gun in. For my Uzi 22, I was having issues. I think I just had to wear on some of the parts because, like I said, Uzi 22 long rifle is just a cheap round. The casings are very cheap, but like I said, that that round nose shit from Remington, man, that shit was damn blowing back in my face. I got it in the bottom of my safe. I refuse to give it away because I'm afraid it's gonna hurt somebody. That's the worst shit I ever bought. And I try not to shit on people's products, but I like to give uh, good reviews. Yeah, you know what? The I have the Remington 597 uh 22 right 25 round mag that goes in the extended mag, and it's just a piece of crap, man. Every time I fire one round, the fucking mag falls out the gun. So I just use the stock 10 round mags. I mean, that's why I always tell people when you gonna buy extended mags, aftermarket mags, you gotta run them shits, man. You gotta run them. You have to run them and make sure they actually perform like they're supposed to. Don't assume because they go with the firearm. Hell, even for Glock, you buy these aftermarket mags, you gotta run them. Don't assume because Glock is a reliable brand that the accessory is. Sometimes some of these guns, man, a small technicality can make a difference. Like I have the Min 2 magazines and the Magpul for my ARs. And just the way they're designed at the top can make it malfunction. So my Caltech PLR 16 takes the Magpul better. All right, you have a good night, Dynasty. Yeah, the PLR 16 takes the Magpuls. Now I put the Min 2s in there. After I fire one round, the mag will drop out. When I looked at the makeup of them, I said, okay, like my 300 Blackout, it doesn't take the Magpul mags the proper way. You'll fire one round, it'll fall out. So the Min 2 go up in there. So it's just stuff like that. You know what? Lawnmower. Ruger is really good. That Remington. Are you talking about Dr. T? Are you talking about that Remington, that round nose shit, that Thunderbolt? Is that what you're talking about? The one to stay away from? Or are you talking about these Winchesters here? The Winchester, I always buy the hollow points. But if you're talking about the one you should stay away from, yeah, this one right here. Get the Winchester. Um, I don't know if it comes in the 555 rounds anymore. I know it comes, I think, in 500. But get these. I love them. I love them. These, or you can get. Hold on, everybody. Hold on 1 second for me. These some of the Gilas that I got. The 40 grain super extras. These work real good. Or this brand here, Armscore, I think make pretty good ammunition. I've pretty much, for the most part, never really had much of an issue. I buy this, or I used to buy it. It's hard for me to find from the store that I used to go to. I bought this in 22, 380, 9, and 40. And for the most part, like I said, 22 long rifle is a cheap round. So once in a while, you might have a hiccup. That's not normal. But the Aguila, I had some federal. I ran through that. But this here, um, uh, this is my main go-to right here for 22 long rifle. Y'all hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, Ruger, um, I think makes good pistols. Now Taurus, with the exception of my, yeah, it is a dirty round. You know what, Dr. T is a dirty round. So this is what I do: get you some gun oil, lube up the outside, you slide your barrel, and then slide your give me just a second. I'll talk about the Ruger Max. I always slide my lock the slide, shoot a little bit on the barrel. The inside where the round goes in the barrel, then I close it and shoot a little bit on the outside of the chamber. And usually, I don't have an issue. Like I said, it is a dirty round, but it's a fun round to shoot. Now the Ruger, the Max, the 380. I had an opportunity to shoot it. I was really impressed with how smooth it shot. Towards the beat, especially so small, man. I mean, and I got little hands, so I guess that's what helps. Now, if you're somebody with big hands, I don't recommend that you buy that gun. But I tell you what, man, it just shoots, man. Ruger firearms. Let me give everybody a piece of advice. Wherever you live in this great country of ours, if you come across a Ruger that is the SR series, buy it. You guys know I got the SR 45. Man, I love the SR 45s. They're not very expensive. They don't make them anymore. So Ruger is at that with the Max. They've changed gens. They had the security line, that SR line, the SR 22. They got the 1911. They got the 9, the 40, and the 45. I own the 45, and they also have the 5.56 But that SR 45, yeah, and the LCP line, that SR 45, man, out of, I think I got the 1911, I got the 2.0 Smith & Wesson in 45, and I got that Ruger, man. I love that Ruger. Everybody I've ever let shoot that gun has asked me to sell it to them. It's a smooth shot for a 45, and it's a Ruger. You guys have seen it on the channel before, Big Ugly. Nevertheless, Taurus has came a long way. For those of you who knew the firearms for a while, man, Taurus had a horrible reputation of letting out some bad weapons. Yeah, you definitely need more guns. You can't never have too many, Dr. T, but Taurus had a reputation for letting out horrible weapons, man. Like, I own 3 Taurus revolvers. Somebody came in my comment section one time because I was talking about Taurus revolvers and was like, oh, the Honest Outlaw did like 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 review and one of them malfunctioned. Look, I didn't buy those guns for that. Not those particular guns. But I'll tell you, I think Taurus makes a good revolver. The G2 series, the Millennial, the G2, Generation 2 on up, yeah, Taurus has changed their customer service and they've changed their reliability a whole lot. Yeah, I see Taurus got a 10 millimeter now. I think it's the TEH10 or something like that. I think Taurus, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it came across my feed, but I was kind of busy. I didn't get a chance to check it out. That Taurus has a 10 millimeter now. Taurus has came a long way, and I think I can attribute, this is my personal opinion, why Taurus has came such a long way. The competition changed. For those of you who knew the firearms, y'all don't understand. Even before I was old enough to be carrying, the majority of these companies out here with these semi-automatic firearms was bullshit. Intratec, Jimenez, High Point. Yeah, that High Point lawnmower, that High Point carbine. I'm gonna actually buy me one of those. When we had the general store here in Marshalltown, man, they would sell them as fast as they could put them on the damn shelf. Somebody would come and buy them. But Intratec, uh, they call it Jimenez, High Point, Larson, Cobra. You can go down the line. Man, firearm choices was horrible, which is why Glock was so expensive. Because Glock didn't have no competition. Back to my young days. And as time, now Smith & Wesson was around and still was a thing. Taurus was around, but Taurus had a so-so, not a really good reputation. You had Glock in 1911s and stuff like that, Colt and all that. You fast forward to about 15 years ago, 2010, 2011, the market started changing. This is a wonderful time to be a part of buying firearms now, because the amount of firearms that you can buy to protect yourself that'll go bang every time you pull the trigger now is way better than what it used to be. Man, you used to buy guns back then and just hope they shoot. They were horrible. They were really poorly made. Some of them, when you would finish shooting them, they would always catch you in the web of your hand, even if you had small hands. I mean, people don't understand how firearms, a lot of them used to be very uncomfortable. And, man, now you think about it. When Beretta got out of the 92 series, ooh, I'll tell you this. Heckler & Koch, HK. I actually own one. There's another one in particular you guys will be seeing one day on the channel, hopefully before the end of the year. If you're a type of person that you start paying attention to the feel of firearms when you shoot them, you'll see why they call H&K the Cadillac of firearms. Man, they very well put together, but they're a very smooth shot. I do love I like HK. I can't say love because I don't own a bunch of them, but man, I like H&K. I think it's worth the hype as far as their reliability. Glock has became like pop culture, rap culture, shot Glock already from his service record, but it shot it into everybody's first gun. People want a Glock that listen to rap music because they've heard about him in the music. But H&K, I think, makes some really, really good quality firearms that they don't do nothing but just run, man. H&K is just like Glock. Walther, Smith & Wesson has always, for the most part, been reliable. Ruger and Taurus had a so-so reputation. And then I think they finally got with the program. Because they seen a lot of these other companies folding. And they got with the program. And to me, this is my personal opinion now. When Taurus came out with the G2, they changed the landscape of firearms probably forever. Because you got a $200 pistol, depending on where you live at, out the door, that gives you the reliability of a $600 or $700 pistol. Because for a lot of y'all who don't know, $200 pistols 20 years ago, everybody knew you was just buying that, but you couldn't expect it to work. It was gonna be a piece of shit. Now, $200-$300 pistols. My Ruger SR45 was $300, brand new out the door at the gun show. I got the RXM, got it for $350, and I'll tell you, it runs and it's reliable like a $700-$800 Glock. For those of you who don't know, man, Glock 17s and Glock 19s, Jimenez, you know what? For you guys and girls who don't know, I don't know, it's got to be way at the front of this channel. There's a video that I did of me actually shooting a Jimenez 9mm. And it was fucking horrible, man. I mean, it was like literally shooting a fucking brick. That's just how horrible of a gun that was. It was horrible, man. I didn't like the experience. I shot a couple rounds through it, and I didn't want to shoot no more after that. Some people still got some of this stuff laying around, man. It was just a horrible shoot. I mean, it was one of them things that if you didn't shoot the person, you can bust them in the head and do the same amount of damage. Just as bad. Yeah, man, the comfortability, SAR, Canik, the Taurus G series, Ruger, Smith & Wesson with the SD series. Everybody has gotten to the CZ. What's it, the P10? You guys know which one I'm talking about. The Honest Outlaw loves this particular firearm. Firearms, when it comes to protecting yourself, I don't mean this for people who want to build a collection or who want a bunch of guns. I mean just for the bare minimum to protect yourself. You do not have to break the bank. Back in the days, people was willing to spend $600, $700, $800 for a Glock 19 or a Glock 17 because there wasn't much competition. The best automatic and the best revolver. Wow. You know what? In this day and age, it's hard to say what's the best because everybody has so much competition that everybody putting quality into their firearms now. So it just depends on what you like. Just like food, everybody has their particular brand. But firearms is the same thing. My brother Eyes and Ears Tactical, when it comes to handguns, don't buy nothing but Glocks. I know Glock has a huge following. I know people that don't buy nothing but HKs. I know people that don't buy nothing but 1911s. It just depends on what you like. Most people say when it comes to 22, the Ruger 1022 Takedown is the best 22 ever. I say the Marlin XT10, I think, 22 long rifle with the little 10 round external magazine. To me, that's the best 22 I've ever bought. I love shooting that thing. I love shooting that. You can run through 500 rounds of that thing without a problem. Okay, you say you like Taurus and Ruger. Yeah, everybody has. So most people have a particular preference. Some people only buy one particular thing. I don't mind a variety. I like Smith & Wesson. I'm more of a Smith & Wesson guy, but I'm not exclusive to them. I wanted to become exclusive Canik for 9mm. Problem is, it's so much of competition out here. Yeah. that CZ with the what's the P010 or the P07 and the P10 you guys know what I'm talking about. Man, I hear a lot about those. Eventually I'm gonna get my hands on one. Like I said, when I went to ARM 5, man, talking to the CEO of SAR, I got a chance to shoot a SAR for the first time. The P10C, okay. I probably will wind up getting the full size that's optic ready. Um, while we having this discussion, I promise you guys, give me a couple weeks, if that. I'm gonna start going back to the range and dropping some more range videos. I've been doing a lot of talking. I just haven't had the time because so much going on. I'm gonna get back to the range and do some shooting. But the CZ series, um, wow, man, it's just so much a competition. This is just a good time to be into firearms because, like I was saying about the CEO of SAR, uh, okay. Um, SAR, man, when I finally got the chance to shoot the SAR. Now, they didn't have the K12. That seems to be their more popular. I shot the SOCOM, though. Man, it shot like butter. It had the suppressor height sights on it. It was optic ready. And SAR said that they were targeting Canik. So for people who've never bought a Canik before, or if you've never shot a Canik before, go shoot one. If you live in a state where you can't shoot a cannon, go visit somebody you know in another state to shoot their cannon. Man, it will change your mind about a firearm, man. I love canics. And what canic does is they give you such a reliable firearm that's shootable, but they give you everything you need out the box. Yeah. Yeah, get them lights up. But they give you everything out the box. You can walk out of the door with everything you need from Canon. Now, if it's optic ready, I think certain ones they actually sell optic with now. But yeah, Beretta. I'll get to Beretta in a minute. Um, Canon just give you so much, and SAR is starting to do the same thing. Now with Beretta, I think what made them, to me, more for everyday shooters was when they went to the APX and the Storm and all that. The Beretta 92 is what it is. That's an iconic gun. But they started thinking about entry level people and people just getting into firearms. Everybody don't want to spend $800, $900, $1,000 on the Beretta. So now you got the APX, you got the APX Tactical and all that. So I mean, it is for striker fire, especially, but even hammer fire in this day and age, the 2011s. Definitely, I'm gonna get me one before the end of the year. If you've never shot a 2011, when I went to ARM 5, I said I only came out there to shoot one gun. I wanted to shoot a 2011. And I shot so many of them that you guys seen the picture. I posted the picture of my arm and the heating pad, the hand heating pad that I got. Cause my arm starts swelling up pretty good. I shot so many doggone good guns. I got a chance to shoot the Stealth Arms Platypus. I shot the Prodigy. I shot one of the Fusion. I don't know if it's the XP Pro, but I got a chance to shoot one of them Fusions. I got a chance to shoot the Infinity. I don't know. All I can say about stopping power is go to the cemetery and dig up some of the bodies. They'll tell you it has plenty of stopping power. Don't know about that, but I got the chance to shoot the Infinity race guns. I got a chance to shoot the Atlas. I mean, I got a chance to shoot a lot of this new updated stuff in. Man, I tell you what, it can get expensive shooting them 2011s, man. They say the Prodigy, for everybody I've talked to, they said the Prodigy is like entry level. That's like bottom tier. Now, some people say that they get a little work done to them to bring them up, but Prodigy is entry level if you really want to be in the 2011 game. I don't have a desire to shoot competition, but I will tell you this. If you get a 2011 and you somewhere where they can shoot steel, you can shoot steel targets. Oh yeah, man, I can see me running through a couple $100 or a couple hundred rounds shooting a 2011. Man, they so much of fun, especially if the slide and everything is working. I mean, they just slide back like butter, man. And I felt like a professional shooter shooting that steel with them red dots on it. I mean, the Gideon. I had never shot a Trijicon before. Um, I think the reason 9mm is so popular is because there's so much available. That's why so many people have 9mm because the ammo is so available. Um, Excuse me. 38s, they still get the job done now. You know, I told you guys and girls, um, the High Point, my Intratec, probably the only two guns I won't ever carry. But as far as my 38 special, sometime when I go out in the woods, I'll take it with me. Yeah, it all depends on the grain of the shell too. Now I'll tell you what, them 147 grain 9mm gonna put you down. That hot shit. I'm usually running the 115s. Sometimes I do the 124s. I do have a couple boxes of the 147. Um, but nevertheless, like I said, I got the Echelon next to me. Put it like this: if you new to firearms, do your research, but you, for the most part, you can't go wrong. Now, if you get you a High Point or you get you one of them Skies, well, them SCCYs, yeah. But you just have a market now, man. It is very shooter friendly. This market is very shooter friendly. Um, I can see how guys and girls can wind up with having 4 or 5 of the same guns, or the same man, or the same style of the same gun. I can see how that can happen because they're so affordable and they make them so fun to shoot, man. The average everyday person can go and purchase a firearm right now and go with somebody that's experienced. Oh, okay. Might call me a bozo. But uh Ruger 357 with 100. Oh yeah. So if you new to firearms, you can get somebody to take you to the range that love firearms, and within a couple times of you going, you can almost feel like a professional because everything is so shootable. And they think about from the smallest to the biggest person. A lot of these companies, they out here watching GunTube. They're watching what the reviewers do, whether they give us these firearms or whether we just decide this is something we interested in and we go out and shoot it. They watch us, they listen to us, and this is how you see all these different changes to firearms. So GunTube is more important than people might think it is when it comes to the accessories. Yeah, well, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm gonna have somebody to set up a mod or what have you. I'm still working on it. Me and my slow ass. Um, uh, but GunTube is more important to your Second Amendment rights now in today's world than people might think it is. Because if you don't, for young people, y'all might don't know. 20 plus years ago, wasn't nobody advocating for us, man. Anybody that talks about firearms, firearms was always seen as a negative. That's why so many people wasn't armed back then. Firearms was always seen as a bad thing, and you shouldn't have a gun in the house with you, and this and that, which is why so many things back in the days went on, because they knew 9 times out of 10 people didn't have a firearm. with us here on GunTube, um, advocating for the Second Amendment, we've helped. We've just helped get the word out there that has persuaded different states to change their firearm laws. Think about it. If you live in California and New York and all these stubborn places, yeah, it took a long time of banging the drum. But we got them to go from a may issue to a shall issue. Just that simple. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that with that 357. But just think about that. Just think about now, wherever you live in the world, wherever you live in the country, you can sit down and come to a channel like this, or Dr. T, or T Electric, or The Honest Outlaw, Regular Gun Guy, all kinds of channels, and have gun conversations. You can learn a whole lot. You can go and get your concealed carry permit and then get on YouTube. Okay, you live in Harlem? Shout out to you. That's the only city in New York I haven't got to see that I want to see. But you can go to any channel once you get your concealed carry permit and do research. Syracuse, yeah, I've been up to Syracuse. I've been up there on Syracuse is on 90, right up there on that 90 throughway. Syracuse, Albany, Buffalo, Poughkeepsie, Binghamton, New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Long Island, Manhattan. The only place I haven't been is Harlem. Harlem has escaped me. What they call that? Was it white? What Candace Owens from? Before you get into Connecticut up there. By Utica, yeah. Okay. Yonkers. That's the name of it. Yonkers. Yeah, Yonkers. Yeah, I've been through there. You know, there was a time I used to run all that. So I used to get out, go to the Brooklyn market, the Bronx market, sit in that damn 3-4 hour traffic on a Sunday, going across the Cross Bronx, 5 miles, and it take you damn 3-4 hours to get across there. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Well, at least now that they're a shall issue and not a may issue. So this gun tube period has changed the landscape as far as when GunTube started. It didn't start with a lot of people being given guns. It started with people shooting the guns they had and giving their honest opinion. And companies started watching. So think about it. They getting free customer service feedback without nobody having to call them. Because all these gun companies, all these accessory companies and all that, they all sit here and watch us. Some of them will send you things, some of them won't, but they all sit here and watch us. They all sit here and watch us do products. Basically, GunTube is product reviewing. Us speaking about this, I'm reviewing this product, even though I'm not shooting it, because I'm telling you how it works for me. That's a review. Talking about a Gila, talking about Armscore, shit like that, that makes people want to go out and check it. You know, it's a part of the business and I'm okay with it. But also we educate the shooters. Okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna definitely get myself set up in New York. But just like I said, from the ammunition to the firearms to the all right, we got Manuel, what's going on? To the firearms, they sit down and they watch us. Now you can go into any gun store and you can basically, if you have some money, whatever your price range is, I guarantee you, unless you one of them stubborn people that's just picky and just you love to be argumentative, you'll find something in your budget that you're looking for that you'll actually like. You know, some people just stubborn, no matter what, they look for a reason to not like something. But firearms have evolved that much that if you small hand, if you big hand, if you left hand, if you right hand, Smith and Wesson got the easy slides. That's what people like with damage to your hands, arthritis, elderly people, where boom, my daughter, you guys and girls saw me shoot my daughter's 380 easy on this channel. Man, it's smooth as butter, man. I mean, literally, you can just take 2 fingers and pinch it back and it'll rack the slide. Stuff like that. A lot has changed thanks to GunTube. But GunTube is not only the creators, but it's the people that watch and interact with us. Because I want y'all to understand something. We learn as content creators just as much from y'all as y'all learn from us. That's why I always tell y'all when I watch videos, I go in the comment sections. I like to get what people talking about. Maybe you guys and girls know some things I don't know. I can tell you a year and a half ago, I wasn't buying no damn 2011. I ain't shooting no 9mm on no damn 1911 platform. That's cheap. I mean, that's not a good feel. And then I actually shot one. I started getting curious about them. I actually shot one. Yeah, I can understand why people love 2011s. I can tell you that right now. I can understand why people love them. So, just man, it's just a wonderful time. You got places like Palmetto State Armory. Yeah, I know. But being 45 years old, I remember back when I was younger, 380 was one of the kings of the street. 380s put a lot of people in the cemetery. That's why Spice One made a song about it. It put a lot of people in the cemetery, especially in New Orleans. So, any firearm can kill. Shot placement. But with that being said, everybody, I appreciate y'all tuning in to Midnight Madness. I've been on here for almost an hour. I wanted to do 30 minutes. I'm just enjoying talking to y'all so much that I almost want to keep going. If the chat room keep on talking, I'll probably just keep on going. Yeah, like I said, the options is unlimited. The options is unlimited out here. These rifles, okay, I'm gonna keep on going. These rifles that they got out here, shotguns. Man, everybody know, man, 20 plus years ago, man. Now they've made shotguns designed where it still has some kick to it, but they're a lot more controllable. All right, we got Pause and Play in the house. I was thinking about you. That's why I did this Midnight Madness. Shotguns now. Like my EAA Churchill. The reason that I bought that gun was it has the pistol grip, but it has the stock on it. So that helps me shoot it. I don't shoot it a lot, but that helps me shoot it. I like that part. All those, what they call them, assault style shotguns and stuff like that. I really, really like that. That makes it easier to shoot. I mean, like I said, so much has changed with firearms from back in the days. And if you old school, or you older dude like me, you've seen it change. Like I said, the Larson, the Benelli. Oh yeah, I haven't shot one of those. I've heard a lot about them. I have shot a semi-automatic shotgun and I was surprised, man. Yeah. You know what? Dr. T, look around. You might be able to find one that's a little bit lighter. Like I said, they've kind of changed the technology on them. Get you the hydraulic butt pad to go with it. And you have the Benelli? Okay. Oh, okay. Get you a hydraulic butt pad to go with it. I'm definitely going to get me a Benelli eventually. Um, but yeah, them shotguns, man. So much just done changed out here where everything is just so shootable. And when you go to the range, um, let me focus on the ladies for just a minute, since we got Dr. T in the house. I love to see the women getting over the fear of thinking that the firearm is gonna knock them back, and getting rid of that fear. Yeah, I'm a Mossberg man. When it comes down to it, that Mossberg is what it is. Now I can say when it comes to shotguns, I've never shot a Benelli, but Mossberg is my go-to when it comes to shotguns. But I love to see that the women do more shooting, and that more and more women are losing their fear of the gun being too strong for them, or more and more women are using, getting used to firearms and not so being afraid of them when you go to the range, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because some of them be like, they big and bad until they get to the range and then they don't want to shoot. No, if you ever have to put somebody down, it'd be good for you to know, you know what I mean, what you're doing. But with that being said, yeah, so much just changed about firearms, and you just have so much of a variety that with the rifles, everything, you cannot go wrong. Just about everything is good. You got your bottom tier, you got the middle, and then you got your guns that's in a different stratosphere. Like people say, the staccato is like the gold standard for them 2011s. It is the standard. Um, it was the only 2011 I didn't get to shoot, even though there was one out there that I actually walked up on. The owner wasn't standing there. It was loaded. It had a loaded mag next to it, but I didn't want to touch it without somebody's permission, so I didn't shoot it. Um, so, but everybody say staccato is the standard for 2011s, but a lot has changed about the 2011 game now, and it's like everything. The price starts here, and as more and more people start getting into it, the price starts coming down. Now, I don't mind the price coming down as long as all the quality is not being sacrificed. Now, I understand a Springfield Prodigy is not going to be put together like a staccato. I understand that. But because it's cheaper doesn't mean that I have to sacrifice the reliability. Because back in the days, that's what we did. The cheaper a gun was, the more and more Tech 9s. Tech 9s, anything by Intertech was cheap. And they were like high points of their days. If they worked, you better look out. But boy, everybody knew in the street, if you're going to carry a Tech, you better carry something else with you, because that motherfucker was known for jamming. It was a damn jam-o-matic. You know what I'm saying? So, now somebody mentioned about me getting a SIG P 320. I don't know if that was a joke. Oh yeah, the Tech 9. Let me tell you something. Let me just talk about that for a minute. I remember watching all these documentaries. The Tech 9 made a lot of people feel invincible. The Tech 9 made a lot of people. And they wind up, I actually asked, why did they change the look of it? They said because the barrel with the holes around it, the outside, was so menacing that it was the government that told Intratec. So I got the cut down version now with the little short piece of barrel on there. They had to do that in order to resell the firearm because the government told them that the gun was too menacing looking with the regular barrel on it and the holes in it. And people that was a victim of robberies and stuff would say, like, literally they would piss and shit their pants when people would pull that out on them. So that's why the AB10 is the Tech 9 with a short barrel. That's the only thing that's different. It's the barrel. The internals, everything functions the same. The AB10 jams like the Tech 9. It just looks like it. But yeah, they said because it was so menacing looking. Now back to this P320 thing. I hear SIG is in a lot of trouble for that. I only own one SIG. I own the P226 Chamberlain 357 SIG. I've always heard about the 226 line, and I actually got me one. Just happened to walk in the gun store, wanted me a 357 SIG, and found one. I would like the X5 Legion to have also. I'm not a big... I was thinking about the Mac 11 or Tech 9. I'm rolling with the Mac 11. Cobra was a little bit better reliable. Nevertheless, the 320, I thought about the M18 or the M17. I say this about SIG. I'm going to sit back and watch what go on with this whole thing. Because on the one hand, I'm hearing that these 320s keep going off. And on the other hand, I'm hearing that it's operator's error. So I don't know. And I don't want to find out. You know what I'm saying? So now the 365, the P365, yeah, I don't really have a desire for one. But if I decided to get a 365, a lot of people say that SIG is lying, man. I'm going to tell you. So for those of you who knew the firearms, let me say this. The reputation Remington have now is not the reputation Remington used to have. Remington used to have a really good reputation. And over time, it deteriorated into what it is. That's why the company basically shut down. I think SIG, yeah, Remington wound up having to sell. My opinion is if they keep having all these malfunctions, that's a quality issue because they're trying to cut fucking corners. And that's the problem. Because everything is so shootable and what have you, everybody's trying to look at a way to cut costs and maximize profits. Yeah, but do you actually really want to sacrifice your reputation? Do you want to sacrifice quality? Because sometimes when you cut corners, you have to sacrifice qualities. You have to sacrifice, and what greed does for people that build things is it makes them look for the cheapest material and the fastest way to put something out. But the quality suffer. And it's all a big thing, and it's all not a problem until somebody get hurt. Now think about it. Yeah. Because I've seen law enforcement, military personnel, everyday people, even people that's in the gun tube world say they had an accidental discharge. Not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying all these different people is from different walks of life. There's no benefit of them all getting together to coerce against SIG. There's no benefit to that. And this is my advice to SIG Sauer. You guys don't understand how pristine of a reputation y'all have. If you're having an issue, fix it. Because I'm going to tell you something. Word of mouth can make you the best product in whatever genre you in, and word of mouth can close your company down. It doesn't matter what you see online. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. When this stuff about SIG first started, Um, when this about SIG first started, at first I thought it was BS. I was like, I'm not gonna watch these stories, and then I started hearing too many of them, and I kept saying, okay, this is just people that don't like SIG. When I noticed that people from different walks of life started having the same complaint, I said, okay, there's not always fire where there's smoke. Sometimes that smoke is artificial. But I started seeing too many people from different walks of life. A person who's buying a firearm to protect themselves don't have nothing in common with somebody that's in the military. They don't have a benefit for both of them to sit down and make up something on SIG. They just don't. And all these accidental discharges or what have you, like I said, allegedly, because I have to protect myself because the SIG will want to come after me. Allegedly. SIG, if you guys and girls are having these quality issues, fix them. Remington destroyed a very good brand because of quality. The quality in Remington stuff got so bad that they finally had to sell. Besides them being allowed, to my understanding, to be sued because of a mass shooting. That's a totally different subject that I'm not going to touch. But I know, like I said, I have Remington Thunderbolts in my damn safe right now that I refuse to shoot. The round nose. It's horrible. I'm afraid literally that I'm going to hurt somebody. That's why I won't give them away. I won't throw them away because I'm afraid of somebody finding them. I won't give them away because I don't want to be responsible for nobody getting hurt. So I just keep them, and I keep them locked in the back of the safe. But yeah, every time I would fire, I would feel a blowback, and I would say, okay, let me put another ammunition in there. That's why I always say, run your gun with multiple ammunition, multiple brands to see what your gun like and it don't like. Run hollows and run FMJs to see what your gun like and it don't like, especially one that you're going to carry. And I would just always know. I would shoot that round nose shit and I would always feel like powder come back. Then I started getting powder burns. And one day, like a piece of metal flew back. I said, okay, I'm going to stop shooting this shit. For a fuck around, and it just shit backfired and I wound up killing myself. So yeah, I'm not as interested. I wanted to get a P320 to customize. Like, just customize it real. There's a guy here on YouTube, Semper Pew. I watched this gun collection video years ago. And that SIG that he had, man, he put some money into it, but it was badass. But my safety comes first. A gun ain't gonna do me no good if it's gonna put me in the fucking graveyard. I'd rather just leave it at the company, you know. So SIG, any SIG fan people, anybody that works at SIG Sauer, if you guys and girls see this, allegedly y'all having issues. All I'm saying as a consumer is, if you have any issue, first off, come out here publicly and admit it. Second off, go fix it. Y'all are turning a lot of people off that are your customer base because y'all want to admit that you're having this issue. And I see that's what a lot of people are angry about. It's because they feel like SIG is lying to them. You got to understand something. Especially here in America. We, the consumers, are tired of being cheated. We tired of this damn shrinkflation and all this. We tired of paying more money for less product and less quality of the product. And this is something that can potentially cost lives, and you don't want that. You don't want that. Because all it takes is for this thing to go off and accidentally hit one person and take them off the planet, and you'll never be able to come back from that. It'll crash your company. It'll put a lot of people out of a job. Get on your quality department. Get on your parts. Make sure you got quality parts. I'll say this for a second, and it's kind of like big truck engines. Packard, they make the worst engines. They cut corners. Packard engines are not good long-term engines. I have a Packard in my truck, and I don't fucking like it, to be honest. Packard takes They take a lot of shortcuts in the designs of the truck and in the quality of the truck. That's why they always in the fucking shop. But Sig, you don't want that. You don't want that, man. You don't want that cutting corners to the point where once Sig hit, once your company takes a specific blow, most of the time you can't come back from it. People will just say, I can't take a chance. I can't take a chance. I can't take a chance. On top of the fact that we have people that's always looking for a reason to criticize something. So you giving them a reason. Like I said, but yeah, a 2011, a Scar eventually. Yeah, I think Sig is under so much of fire right now that. Speaking of Sig, I got a Sig Romeo Zero optic, and I don't like it. I don't know if it's because it doesn't have a cover under the bottom where you put the battery in, but I don't like it. I think it's horrible. And then it doesn't turn off. I don't like it. Maybe I have to go up a little bit to another. You know what? I've never shot the IWI Masada, but my favorite gun ever made is the IWI Uzi 22. Guns Are Us. There's a channel here in GunTube called Guns Are Us, like Toys R Us for us old people. That guy has an IWI Masada. Yeah, that's how I even found out. I didn't even know what that was until I saw his channel. He has his gun reviews and his gun collection videos, man, they very long. He do pretty much all his work. That guy has a collection. But he has IWI Masada, the suppressor height sights. I mean, it is. I haven't shot one. I tell you what. Maybe at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, after I get some more legal things with the channel taken care of, so I can make sure that nobody can't come and steal something that I'm trying to build or that I'm currently building. I might go ahead on and get online with y'all and do like a list of guns that y'all want me to review and make it happen. Go out, put in the work, and review them on the channel. All I ask in return is that you guys view the material. I think that's a fair exchange because it don't cost you one penny to view the material. Yeah, I was thinking about the Masada and the Beretta, the APX, the tactical. I was thinking about that Beretta, the Storm. I don't like the way it looks. It's an ugly firearm to me, so I don't think I would buy it with that PX Storm away. I don't like that shit. But that APX, yeah, I like the way that APX look. I definitely want that SAR SOCOM. I definitely want one of those. So, you know what, y'all? Hold on just a minute. Okay. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Now that I think about it, Range USA does rent those guns out. I didn't even think about it. Good idea. See, that's why I love GunTube. That's why I love doing these lives, because people are always throwing good ideas out there. I'm going to have to make that notation in my book. That maybe one day I'll get a chance to go. I don't really know. I think there's a range here where I live in Iowa that does that. Colt. I like Colt. I feel like if you're gonna buy anything from Colt, Colt is in this echelon up here. So, yeah, if you're able to get you anything from Colt, Colt got a legendary reputation. I mean, like, you guys already know, back to the Wild Wild West days. So Colt, that's all I can say is shake my head and say Colt. I think Colt make good firearms, good quality firearms too. And that's what I will say I like about Staccato. Although I have yet to actually shoot one, I've held it, but I didn't shoot it. They have a market and they're going to stick to it. And as long as they stick to that particular quality, they'll be around forever. Because believe it or not, there's people that's willing to spend that money. Yeah. I haven't shot Wilson Combat. I've shot Les Bear. I've shot Dan Wesson. I haven't shot Wilson Combat. What's it? Nighthawk Customs. I haven't shot those two either. But yeah, Wilson Combat. Yeah, I've heard a lot about them, you know. Like I said, when it comes to firearms, it's what your niche is. The one thing all firearm companies should make sure is the product is safe. Number one. Number two, that they're using quality parts. I think they're so afraid that people are not going to buy things because of the price. But you got to use quality parts, because this is something that can potentially, cutting corners can cost you basically your company when it comes to firearms, because this is something that can take somebody's life. Before this P320 situation, there was another gun some years back. I don't remember right off the top of my head that kept fucking going off, man. Maybe somebody can help me out in the chat room. I'm trying to remember. There was another fucking gun. And it was basically law enforcement across the country kept having this fucking issue. That the fucking gun would constantly go off in people's holsters, man. And almost we got to the point I was still living in New Orleans. We wouldn't even want to be standing next to a police in the store, because we would make the joke, well, I don't want to stand next to you because your fucking gun might go off and shoot me. But yeah, so you don't want that, man. Like I said, I'm appealing to SIG. If you're a SIG lover, talk to them and tell them, first off, the American public is not the American public of 20, 25 years ago because of GunTube. Back in the days, all these big long companies that's been around forever don't understand something. Let me talk to firearm executives here for just a minute. The internet is where it's at now. The customers have a public voice. It's no longer you can put out a statement on mainstream media to sway our thinking one way, and that be that. And if we thought different than the statement you put out, we fringe. That day is gone now. The internet is here to stay. Independent media is here. And unlike you guys, unlike the people that run mainstream media, in independent media, we actually talk to the customers and interact with them personally. Person that runs CBS or any of these other companies or whatever out there. But they've dealt with us. They see us in public. We the voice for them. If you have any issue, get out there and fix it. SIG, you this close. You guys are this close to losing a customer base that you'll never get back. There's some people that want to jump. They just trying to give y'all an opportunity to just fucking come clean and say, yeah, we having quality control issues. We sorry for that. We promise we gonna fix this problem. You guys keep saying that it's not a problem. It keeps happening too much for it to not be a problem. That's all I'm saying. Allegedly, If you guys and girls are having a problem at Sig Sauer, if the boss man, uh, if 300 million ain't enough for him a year, and he want 400 million, and it's gonna be sacrificing people's lives or what have you, buying these cheap parts or rushing this, go sit down with him. If a bunch of yes men is up under the boss person at Sig Sauer, get them yes people from around them, because they're gonna crash the company. Sig is one of the biggest and has one of the most pristine reputations in the firearm industry. You don't want to lose it, because I'm going to tell you, your competition is standing right there waiting. And they see that what you're doing, they're not going to make that mistake. Get out here publicly, it's already too late. This can't be a coincidence. Send somebody out there publicly to say, we sorry, we fucked up, something is wrong, whatever the problem is, we're going to fix it. If you own a SIG and something is wrong, send your gun back so we can make sure. It's going to be cheaper to do it that way than it's going to be cheaper to go out of business or wind up getting a lawsuit that puts you out of business. Because one thing about the loss of life, you can't ever get that back. One thing about somebody having a limb pierced by a bullet, they may have a permanent limb. It may permanently disable them. You don't want to take that chance. Not only to SIG, to all firearm companies, I'm appealing to y'all. We spend our hard-earned money with y'all. Give us quality stuff, because one thing for sure, we can't come back from a malfunction, depending on what the malfunction is. If it malfunctions and we pull the trigger and it goes backwards and shoots somebody in the damn head, 9 times out of 10, they can't come back from that. Don't sacrifice something, a reputation that somebody worked hard to build, because you're trying to maximize profits and cut corners. Yeah, you get in business to make money, but guess what? If you don't have no business, you can't make no fucking money. And in this day and age, y'all done signed all these, made people make all these no compete agreements and all this shit out here. Guess what? When you try to come back as another company because the person can't go work somewhere else, they'll blow the whistle and say, yeah, they just changed the name. All these is still SIG firearms. They just changed the name. Same quality, same shit. So I'm just appealing to y'all. You do not want to destroy your reputation. High Point got a reputation for their shit not firing. You got a reputation for your shit just going off by itself. You don't want that. I would rather you have a reputation for the shit not firing than for you to have a reputation of your shit going off in a holster or what have you. Because think about this. Not only law enforcement, but the military people that protect this country having a damn gun, and they in there doing training and the fucking gun goes off and it shoots somebody. Unfortunately, these people may have to go through this whole thing of all the paperwork. Oh yeah, my homeboy High Point story. No, I haven't shot the PDP. I owned the PPQ 5, the match. I own that. Yeah, so I'll tell the High Point story since Pause and Play brought it up. Then I'm gonna get on out of here, because we've been in here almost. I'll go to the hour and a half mark and then I'll shut it down. So I had a friend of mine I used to work with, and he had told me about a particular guy he had been having an issue with. And he decided to go and get him a gun. And he went and got him a High Point. And he told me he ran into the guy over the weekend. I said, what happened? He said, I drawed down on him. I said, what happened? Well, did you shoot him? He said, when I pulled the trigger, the gun didn't go bang. I said, what happened? He said, when I let my finger off the trigger fell out the gun. I said, well, what did you do? He said, I did the smartest thing I could. I took off running. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And High Point, with the reputation they have, I have to give them one thing. They keep hammering on it and they keep trying to work at it. Like I said, the carbine, I've never heard nothing but wonderful things about that carbine. Yeah, yeah, that High Point. And you guys know, I told the story of I bought a High Point in 45 and I had to return the motherfucker so many times. They sent me one back in 40. It stayed in the box for so long. It stayed in the damn box for so long. When I finally got ready to shoot it on this channel, I went to the public hunting land to shoot it. I went to load the 45s in there and it wouldn't go. Looked down and said, what the hell? Would they gave me a defective mag? Looked at the damn gun, it was a 40 caliber. So they didn't even give me back what I bought. And you guys welcome to go see my High Point video of me shooting my High Point. I had some malfunctions with it. It doesn't like all ammunition, I can say that. But at least they still keep trying to work towards give you a cheap gun that at least you won't fucking shoot yourself with. I think they trying to work on the. As a matter of fact, I remember being at the gun range with a guy that had a High Point in 380 with a damn comp on it. It had a built-in comp, man, and he was shooting it. And he fired all 10 rounds. I couldn't believe it. I told him he wasn't going to make it past 2 rounds. So, there is some hope. So, for all my SIG people, all I can tell you guys and you girls is, reach out to Sig Sauer and tell them, look, I'm a loyal SIG customer. I love SIG. You guys got to get out here and get in front of this. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, that Glock, that High Point, when it comes to the carbine, I've heard nothing but good about it. It's them pistols, man. Them pistols is... So yeah, like I said, Walther makes the PK380. You know, that was my EDC for a lot of years. I still carry it. As a matter of fact, I had it on me earlier today when I went to go get me some cranberry juice. I went to the Dollar General to get me a bottle of cranberry juice. You guys know that's my drink. And yeah, I had the 380 on me, the PK380. I still love that firearm, man. That firearm, it don't do nothing but shoot. I love it. I just decided to upgrade and go to a full-size 9mm that holds more capacity on it. And I'm very happy with my Echelon, with it being full-size, man. I've let several people shoot it. They've actually went and bought Echelons because of shooting mine. So that's one thing at the range. I don't mind letting people shoot my guns, you know. I bring them out there. With that being said, I really, really appreciate everybody tuning into Midnight Madness. This was a pop-up program. This was an impromptu. I went to bed early because I had a long day. And Card 380. Okay. As a matter of fact, there's a guy in the town I live in, I know that has a couple cars. Maybe I'll talk to him about that. But yeah, like I said, you know, this is a wonderful time to be into firearms. We definitely want everybody to practice their Second Amendment. And let me say this before I get out of here. If you immigrated to America, are you a first-generation immigrant, child of an immigrant? I don't care what y'all do in the old country. You here in my country. Practice your Second Amendment rights. If you can be able to be legally armed, get your firearms. Protect yourself here. We have that right here. I know you may not have that right in your home. You got it here. Use it. Protect yourself. You don't want to become a victim. Once that piece is snatched from you, you'll never get it back. Oh no, I didn't have a chance. I've got it jotting down in my book. I just haven't had a chance to get in there and look at it. Like I said, I just had quite a bit going on and what have you, you know. But I'm definitely gonna look into that. I haven't forgot, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me the heads up. Like I said, the Winchester 22s, the Aguilas, the Arms Corps. You can't go wrong with these three brands when it comes to 22 long rifle. 22 long rifle is just a dirty round. So I just say after you go shoot your 22, when you bring it home, just clean it. You don't gotta always break it down and clean it, but just clean it. With that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I want y'all to have a safe night. I'm looking forward to doing a couple more live streams by sometime this week. If I get the opportunity tomorrow, if everything works out and I get a chance to make it back home, I probably will at least go to the public hunting land and fire off a couple rounds or what have you. I know some people have asked me about doing hunting videos out in the going through the sticks and stuff. So I'm working on all that. I see what you guys and girls talk about, and I want to continue to try and give y'all the best content that I can. I really appreciate y'all. Without y'all, there is no Alert Zone TV. I just be a loudmouth guy talking about firearms. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay armed, stay on high alert. This has been another wonderful edition of Midnight Madness, and we out of here.